Hey there, friend. Pull up a chair, or maybe just settle into wherever you are right now. Your couch, your car, or maybe a quiet corner with your earbuds in. I want to share something with you, a story that's been lingering in my mind lately. It's one of those tales that feels like it's been lived, not just told, and it's got me thinking about the little fires we carry inside us, anger, frustration, and how they can burn if we let them. So let's sit with this together for a while. Picture this, a warm afternoon centuries ago, under the sprawling shade of a banyan tree. Gautam Buddha is there, surrounded by his disciples, their faces curious and open. One of them, maybe a young man still wrestling with his own temper, speaks up. "Teacher, how do we control our anger? How do we stop it from taking over?" Buddha smiles, that gentle, knowing smile, and says, "Let me tell you a story. Listen closely, and you might find your answer." He begins, and I could almost see the scene shift in my mind to a small village, dusty paths winding between mud houses. There's a woman there. Let's call her Mira. Mira is known for her temper. It's like a storm that brews inside her over the smallest things, a spilled pot of water, a neighbor's careless word. When that storm hits, she lets loose. Harsh words, curses, sometimes even a sharp slap. But here's the thing. Once the storm passes, Mira feels this heavy weight of regret. She sees the hurt in her family's eyes, the way her children flinch, the way her husband grows quiet. The neighbors avoid her, and she knows why. She hates this part of herself. But when the anger comes, it's like she's a passenger in her own body, unable to stop. I think we've all been there, haven't we? Maybe not in the same way, but those moments when something just snaps inside, and before you know it, you've said or done something you wish you could take back. I remember once, years ago, I lost it over something so silly, a delayed package or some trivial argument with a friend. And after, I just sat there, staring at my phone, wondering why I couldn't just breathe for a second before reacting. It's heavy, that kind of regret. Anyway, back to Mira. One day, a wandering sadhu, a holy man with a calm face and a worn-out bag slung over his shoulder, comes to her door asking for alms. She offers him some food, and maybe because she's so tired of carrying this burden, she opens up to him. "Sadhu Maharaj," she says, her voice trembling a little, "I can't control my anger. It comes so fast and I hurt everyone around me. I don't want to be this way. Please, is there something I can do?" The sadhu listens quietly, his eyes kind, and then he reaches into his bag. He pulls out a small bottle filled with a clear liquid and hands it to her. "This," he says, "is a remedy for anger. Listen carefully. Whenever you feel that rage rising, when you want to lash out, put 4 drops of this on your tongue. Then keep your mouth shut for at least 10 minutes, not a word. If you speak before the time is up, the remedy won't work. Do you understand?" Mira nods, clutching the bottle like it's a lifeline, and the sadhu walks away, his staff tapping softly on the ground. So Mira tries it. The next time her anger flares, maybe her son forgot to fetch water or a neighbor gossiped about her, she grabs the bottle, puts 4 drops on her tongue, and clamps her mouth shut. 10 minutes. It feels like forever. Her mind is racing, her hands are clenched, but she doesn't speak. And slowly, as the minutes tick by, she feels the heat inside her start to cool. By the time she opens her mouth again, the urge to yell is gone. She's quiet. And so she keeps doing this. Day after day, for 2 weeks, every time anger comes knocking, she reaches for that bottle and gives herself 10 minutes of silence. A month later, the sadhu returns. Mira sees him from her doorway and runs out, falling at his feet. "Maharaj," she says, her voice full of gratitude, "your remedy worked like magic. I don't lose my temper anymore. My home is peaceful now. My family smiles again. I'm so happy. Thank you." The sadhu smiles, a twinkle in his eye, and says, "My child, there was no remedy in that bottle. It was just water. The power wasn't in the liquid. It was in your silence. By staying quiet, you gave your anger no voice, no fuel. That's how you tamed it." Back under the banyan tree, Buddha pauses. His disciples are silent, letting the story sink in. Then he speaks again, his voice soft but firm. "Anger is only powerful when we give it words, when we let it spill out. In silence, it loses its grip. If you want to master your anger, learn to hold your tongue in those first fiery moments. That's the true remedy. I've been thinking about this story a lot lately. How often do we let a fleeting moment of anger turn into something bigger? A fight, a broken connection, a regret that lingers for years. I mean, think about it. How many times have you been stuck in traffic or had a rough day at work and snapped at someone who didn't deserve it? Just last week, I caught myself getting worked up over a silly misunderstanding with a colleague. I felt that heat rising, but I remembered this story and I just stopped. Took a breath, didn't say a word for a minute or two, and you know what? It passed. The moment didn't turn into a mess. It's not easy, I get that. Silence in the heat of anger feels almost impossible sometimes. It's like trying to hold back a wave. But maybe that's the point. Maybe those 10 minutes, or even just 10 seconds of quiet, are like a small dam keeping the flood from destroying everything in its path. And over time, with practice, maybe we get better at building that dam. So here's what I'm trying to do, and maybe you can try it with me. Next time you feel that anger bubbling up, imagine you've got that little bottle of water. Put those imaginary drops on your tongue, or just take a deep breath and give yourself a moment. Don't speak, don't act, just wait. See what happens when you let the storm pass without giving it a voice. I think we might surprise ourselves. Anyway, I'm glad we sat with this story together. It's not about being perfect or never feeling angry. Heck, we're human, we're going to feel it. But maybe it's about not letting it own us. If this resonated with you, or if you've got your own way of handling those fiery moments, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment or just think on it for a bit. For now, let's keep walking this path together, one quiet breath at a time. Until next time, take care, my friend.